All right, we're going to get started in just a couple of minutes here. I just want to make sure everything is working. Just waiting for Facebook to get itself organized, and then we will get started here. So if you're joining via YouTube, just grab your mat. If you want to grab a block or something, make sure you do that. Any other props like a blanket, pillow, anything like that. So we'll close with a little rest and relaxation. But again, we're going to get started in just a minute here. All right. Hopefully we are live in both spots. Awesome stuff. All right. One more quick check here. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. You can drop stuff in the chat if you want. I can't promise I'm going to see it during class, but I will do my best to check in after class. So feel free to drop a message in there. If you're not familiar with Yin Yoga, what we're going to do is a very slow moving class. We're going to hold each stretch for roughly like 90 seconds, 2 minutes. I know it's going to sound like a long time, but stick with me here, which just really gives us a chance to settle into the stretch. It's giving us a chance to really feel the stretch, get into it, find something that feels good, find something that feels right. So you've got a yoga block, awesome, grab that. If you don't, no big deal as well. This is going to be a really easy class for anybody. So if you've never done a yin yoga class, that's fine. You don't need any prior experience. I just need you to have an open mind to stretching. So we are going to start seated on the mat here, wherever you are. Let yourself get settled. So I want you to come into a space where you really let your seat kind of relax to the floor. Let yourself feel grounded. Let the legs relax. Again, if you need to bring a cushion or something underneath your seat, let yourself do that. If you need to bring, your hips a little bit higher, if you need to get started in a chair, that's awesome for you as well. So wherever we are, get any last wiggles out. I want you to relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw. Can you relax your forehead a little bit as well? If it feels okay and safe to do so, I'm going to encourage you to let your eyes close and just kind of let yourself just kind of settle into the space here. And what I mean by that is just, do you notice your breath? You just let yourself breathe in a nice, relaxed, easy way. Can you let yourself take a deep breath in and out? Can you let yourself take a relaxed breath in and out? Just really letting yourself be in this space here. Let yourself just relax and sink into that space. And whatever's going to feel good to you, whatever's going to feel right for you and in your body. Doesn't have to be anything wild or big or crazy like that. I just want you to find that space that feels good to you. Can you really expand the rib cage as you breathe in and out? Can you feel that breath as you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose? You take a moment to kind of check in with your body. Are there any spots where maybe you need to be a little bit gentle with yourself? Are there any spots where you're like, ooh, if we focus on that area, I want to bring a little bit of extra attention there? And just what do you need from class tonight? Do you just need a space to kind of move the body a little bit, to calm the mind, to calm the nerves? Do you just need a space to have quiet for a little bit? If you want to sit cross-legged for the whole time, you certainly can. Just want you to be in that space here. Let yourself relax. And then slowly, we're just going to do a couple of gentle opening moves. Just roll those shoulders up and back. And then you're just going to roll those shoulders forward. And again, any kind of last wiggles, any kind of last movements. We're going to start by taking those legs wide here. So kind of let yourself get seated. If you need to readjust the rear end, bring those legs as wide as you can. A little flex through the feet. We're going to get started here. So remember, we're going to hold this for a little bit longer. So you're going to start to bring that chest towards the floor. So hands are going to either slide down the legs, they can come to the center, they can come outside the legs. What are we noticing? Our shoulders are relaxed. We're not wearing them like earrings. We're going to relax those shoulders, bringing that chest forward. And can you just let yourself relax and breathe here? So we're going to feel that down the inside of the legs. We're going to feel that down the back of the legs. If you need to sit up a little bit taller, you certainly can. If you've got your yoga blocks, bringing those forward, or even just bringing them so that your head has somewhere to rest. So hopefully plenty of options as we settle into this stretch here. Taking your time. Let yourself just be in this space as we get started. I know there's so much going through your head, but check. Are you feeling that stretch down the back of your legs, into the inner thighs, maybe a little bit into the hips? My shoulders are relaxed, keeping a nice, long, straight spine here. Got about 30 more seconds in this stretch. I'm going to keep talking through most of it. So just let yourself either, if you need to, just tune me in, hopefully not tune me out, and just be in this space, doing that constant check-in, running through from your head to your toes. How are we feeling? How do I want to feel? How do I need to feel? Can I flex through my feet just a little bit? Can I reposition my arms just the tiniest bit? Good. And then gently bringing that chest up nice and tall. We're going to draw those legs towards the center for a moment. Take a couple of windshield wipers back and forth. And from here, we're going to come into our butterfly pose. So we're going to bring the bottoms of the feet towards each other. And then you're going to decide where you want to bring those heels. If you want to scoot them closer towards the inside, if it feels easier to kind of scoot your rear end towards your feet. If you want to keep it a little bit more diamond shape, if that feels good in your hips tonight, let yourself do that. An option, if your hips feel really tight, grabbing a couple of blocks or grabbing a couple of pillows and bringing them underneath the knees so that they can feel relaxed here, so that your legs don't feel like they have to hold themselves up. Because when we can let those legs relax, we can let the hips relax just a little bit. We're going to take our time. Keeping it nice and easy. We're over halfway there. And then maybe you want to, since we have about roughly 45 seconds left, you can maybe remove the block. See if that kind of lets your legs relax just the littlest bit more. Can you sit up maybe nice and tall? Or maybe like we did in that previous stretch, bringing that chest forward just the littlest bit. And again, we don't have to shut the brain off, but just let it kind of be turned down just the littlest bit. Can you bring that focus and that attention back to your breathing? You just feel that chest inhale and exhale. Let yourself take your time. And just kind of be in that space. Good. Got about 10 more seconds here. Good. Wonderful job. You guys are doing so great. I can just tell, even though I can't see you and it's all virtual, I just know that you are doing an amazing job. So again, just take your time here. And again, bringing those legs forward. If you want to find a little rock side to side. Good. We're going to take that right leg out, kind of tuck left leg in. All right, we're turning towards the right leg. Start to walk the hands down. So again, if you can touch the toe, that's awesome. It's not a requirement. You want to bring your hands down the leg. It's the outside of our leg. You can, again, bring those blocks. Bring the blocks. And finally, well, not necessarily finally, but last of my suggestions for tonight, you can always use a strap around the bottom of the leg just for stability. We're not pulling anything back. We're not yanking anything. We just want to find that nice hold as that chest comes towards the top of the leg. So again, we're going about 90 seconds. So don't have to be stuck in any one position forever. Good. And then check in now. This is going to be a stretch more focused down the back of our leg. How is that feeling? Is my chest coming towards that leg? Was my arms a little bit relaxed? Is my face relaxed? Am I breathing? All these wonderful things. And now we've got 30 seconds left. So you're doing an amazing job here. And just like that, we're about halfway through class as well. So my favorite part about Yin Yoga is just really this chance to settle into these stretches really well. Good. We're going to sit it up nice and tall. Let's take it to that other side. So send that left leg out, turning towards that leg. Same thing. Bring the hands where they feel comfortable. Bring that stretch down the back of the leg. Shoulders relaxed, chest towards our toes here. Maybe this side, you need to bring the blocks because the hands need somewhere to reach for. Maybe the forehead feels like it needs a little bit of rest. Bring that strap or a towel around the bottom of the foot. So if you struggle to slow down, if you struggle to kind of be in just that space of breathing, of just that space of your body, I love Yin for the practice of helping you turn down the volume of your thoughts, turn up the volume of what your body is telling you. And to join some of my intermediate, slightly advanced classes, we hold some of the poses for 4 and 5 minutes. So we can work to that space. It really is a fun place to be when you start to bring that a little bit more into the forefront here. Good. We're going to take just a couple more deep breaths in and out here. Good. Nice. And then we're just going to slowly bring those legs forward. If you need to find some wiggle, find some wiggle. We're going to make our way into a nice tabletop. So as you're ready, coming to all fours, So we're going to bring the hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips, and start with one of my favorites. We'll start with some cat-cow. So just kind of let your spine move a little bit here. This is a great one if you've been sitting for a lot of your day today. Maybe you did some traveling over the weekend. Maybe you did some yard work and now the back is feeling it. So just let yourself move here. Then we're going to come into our Sphinx pose. You're going to come down onto the forearms, start to walk those legs back, and then that belly is coming down towards the floor. So we're staying on the forearms, chest is lifted, belly and legs are just going to rest on the mat. Drop your shoulders, kind of bring that head neutral here. And then just let yourself breathe. If this feels really uncomfortable, you can bring it down to a little bit of cobra and just start working into that low back. You can walk your arms forward a little bit. That's going to take some of the pressure off. The more you bring the elbows back towards your chest, the more intensity you're going to bring into this stretch here. I want you just to take your time here. I know sometimes when we're on our belly, it can feel hard to find that breath, but just do your best. Try your best here. That's always what I'm looking for. Doesn't always have to be your A game. Sometimes it can be your C+ game. Or maybe you're just going to be like, nope, I'm just going to lay myself down and rest for the remainder of class. I love that for you. Do what your body needs tonight. Wonderful. Good. We're going to relax the belly and the chest down and just take a moment, rock those hips side to side. Let your forehead rest, your hands rest on the mat. Take a moment here, rock it out. Just a nice, easy back and forth. There we go. All right, nice and slow. Again, we're going to come back to all fours. If you want to find your cat-cow again, that might feel like a nice counter stretch after our Sphinx. It can feel super intense. I know it doesn't, sometimes they don't look like much, but holding that for 90 seconds, you can start to feel it. So now we're going to come into our child's pose. I like to step my knees nice and wide. My hips are going to come back towards my feet. My fingers are going to reach towards the top of the mat. Chest, head, rest towards the floor. Now, here's another thing. You can grab a pillow or a block. Bring that for your head to rest. If you need a little bit more, grab a blanket, kind of roll it up, bringing it to the center, and give your chest somewhere to rest as you come into that child's pose. So hopefully you find an option that feels really good to you. You don't have to necessarily extend through those fingers a ton, but if you want to get into those shoulders, the more you reach the fingers to the top of the mat, the more you're going to feel that. You're getting into those low back and hips. You're going to let your hips just relax towards the feet. And again, doing your best to find your breath here. Let yourself relax. Nice and easy. We're getting close to that home stretch here. So we're moving to the back stretches in just a moment. So if you were looking for that point where you get to lay down, that's coming up just in a minute here, or less than a minute, like 10 seconds. Good. And then nice and easy. Ooh, bring yourself up. Take a moment, find a little bit of wiggle, find a little bit of stretch, sending those legs through. And then from here, we're going to come onto our back. So let yourself get all situated. We're going to roll all the way down. Bend the knees, bringing those feet back to us. And to start, we're just going to find a little side to side here. Back to those windshield wipers. Again, we're getting into that low back, a little bit into the hips. Good. We're going to come to the center. I want you to bring that right knee in and let that left leg just relax. And just take a breath here. If you want a little bit more intensity, you're going to take your block, lift the hip up, bring it underneath the low back. So your leg just kind of drapes then off of it. You can even bring a pillow or something if you want your hips just a little bit higher if the back feels not awesome, I guess, for lack of a better word. Okay, you just relax into this space here. You just let yourself breathe. Let yourself take some time here and grab that leg wherever it feels comfortable. If you need to hold on to the pants you've got on, let yourself do that. Good. About 30 more seconds here. You know, we're supposed to be still, but sometimes I just can't help but like rotate that right foot, just kind of get into the ankle a little bit. So if you can be as still as you can, awesome. But if you find that you need some wiggles, if you find that you need to move a little bit, that's okay too. There are no like hard and fast rules here. So again, we're gonna switch the legs here. So you're gonna let your right leg relax, kind of draw that left knee in. And again, hold it wherever you need to, keeping that back elevated if that feels good. If not, you don't have to do that. That's awesome. That's okay. I want you to do what feels good to you. And as you breathe in, can you send that breath into the hip? And as you breathe out, maybe exhale all of that air, space, whatever is not serving you, whatever you don't need. Let yourself just kind of relax here. Let that right foot kind of relax open. Always take a moment, need to adjust. We should be feeling it in the top of that right hip, into the top of that right leg, maybe a little into the low back as well. Wonderful. Final 30 seconds here on this side. And then we've got two more stretches. I want to get into our hips just a little bit, and then we'll close with a little shavasana, a little rest and relaxation so that you can go back out into your day relaxed, slightly less stressed, a little bit more mobile. It's always my hope, always my goal in class. Good. So you're going to release that left leg. If you've got the block underneath your back, take a moment, move that to the side. We're going to extend both legs. Let's bring those arms up and overhead. Take a moment, find a nice big full body stretch here. Nice big reach. Take your time. Wonderful. We're going to do a reclining figure four, and then we're moving on with our day. So we're going to start by crossing that right leg over the left. This is option one. You can hold it here, press that knee open. That could be your stretch. Option two, you can bring that leg up with your strap or a towel, wrap it around the back of that left leg, and kind of gently pull that leg towards our chest, or we're going to reach the hands through around the back of the leg. So what our goal is, yes, we're pulling that right leg towards our chest, but I want you to let your head and neck relax to the mat. Let your shoulders and upper back relax to the mat. So if you're scrunching up like this, grab that strap or a towel and use that for support so that your upper back isn't straining. Bring that foot down. Focus on pressing the knee open. I promise you're still going to get a good stretch. It's not a cheating pose. It's just a different option. So whatever you can do so that the full focus of your breath, of your stretch is going to be into this nice outside part of your hip. Forgot the word I was looking for there. And see, now that we've run through all the different options, we're down to our last 20-ish seconds. So all it takes is me just kind of talking every option out there. Are we breathing still? Keeping that nice and relaxed. Good. And then we're just going to uncross those legs. If you need to take a moment, wiggle them out. You want to bring those feet back to the floor where that left ankle crosses over the right leg, pressing that knee open or bringing that knee up. So again, either hands wrap to the back of that right leg this time as we draw it towards our chest, or bringing that strap. And even if you can reach those hands through, I really do like the strap option because it feels like I'm not so worried about holding on to my pants. I'm not so worried if I've got slick pants on, or if I want to challenge maybe bringing that stretch a little deeper. Sometimes using that strap allows me that freedom. So props are a really amazing way to make our practice work for us. And just be mindful that maybe the other side is slightly tighter, it's a little stiffer, means may need something a little bit more. And that's okay. Doesn't have to be exactly the same on both sides. Take your time. Let yourself relax and breathe. Good. About 20 seconds left on this side. So any last adjustments you want to make in this stretch, let yourself do that. Good. And then I want you to just slowly release the leg, uncross everything. If you need to wiggle, kick everything out, do that. If you want to bring those feet down, take it into some windshield wipers here. Find that easy side to side. We're going to move into our rest and relaxation next. So if you want to stay lying on your back, that's awesome. My suggestions, you can let your legs relax, bring something underneath the knees if you need to, bring a pillow under the head. If that doesn't feel great on the low back, bending the knees, step those feet a little bit wide, drop the knees to the center. That lets your legs relax. If you feel better laying on your belly, do that. If you feel better laying on your side, you certainly can do that. If you feel better coming up to seated, that's a wonderful option as well. You want to come into whatever's going to feel comfortable to you. That's the whole point of our Shavasana. The whole point of our final pose is to let your body relax one more time. Let your breathing relax. Come back to that normal in and out. Let yourself just be in this space of in your body. What's the word I'm looking for? Um, just letting your body relax into this space. You did some hard work for this last half hour. You know, sometimes it feels like it has to be a certain level in order for us to count it. This was a good exercise for you. This was your body did some work. Let it incorporate all of that hard work. So if it feels okay to do so, let your eyes close. Starting at the top of your head, can you relax and soften your forehead? We're going to unclench our jaw. We drop our shoulders, relax the chest. Take a moment, relax your belly. Feel your seat and your hips start to open and soften. And then let your legs all the way down to your feet and toes, let them just sink into the floor. Let that floor support you. Let yourself relax into space. Give yourself some time here. Let yourself relax. And just give ourselves one final moment here as we wind down our practice. as we again just gonna take that final moment, maybe a couple of deep breaths in and out to bring that awareness back into our body, back into our space. Maybe find a little wiggle to the fingers and toes. Start to stretch out the body again in whatever way makes the most sense to you. Just again, feeling into that space as we come back into our last pose. We're going to come back to seated. So take a moment, come back into that nice seated spot here. Again, let your shoulders relax. You need to find any other stretching that might feel good. You need to stretch through the arms. Again, as you head back into your day, take a moment, check in with your body. It's just going to feel good. Let yourself just be in that space and just take your time. And we're going to draw those hands to heart center as we bring this class to a close. So I want you to take a moment, show some gratitude to yourself. Whether you were able to join me live, thank you very much. But just be grateful to yourself that you unrolled your mat. You put on the clothes, you opened up the program, and whether you caught it live or the replay, you hit play and you moved your body. Let's thank our bodies for moving us around in the way that felt the best for us tonight. And as always, thank you to everybody who is sharing their practice. Again, whether that was live or you're catching the replay, thank you so much for moving with me. I am going to be doing this on Wednesday again this week, 6 p.m. Central Time is going to be a slow flow practice for stress relief. So it'll be a slightly more active class, but again, everybody is welcome to join. You don't need to have any prior yoga experience, but you are going to walk away hopefully feeling good in your body, feeling slightly less stressed and a little bit more energetic. So this Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Time, I hope you can join me for that class as well. If you've got any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments on the live stream, and I will do my best to get out there and get those answered. I've got a really fun and new online space that's coming soon, and I want people to be able to experience my classes and realize that they're pretty awesome and that they're going to want to join. So that is coming soon. So make sure you are catching that. I'm going to put a link where you can sign up for the wait list. You get a nice, cool little freebie for doing that as well. So I do appreciate everybody who was able to join me live. And if you know of somebody who could use a good all levels stretching yoga class, make sure to share this with them. And again, thank you everybody for taking a little bit of time out of your Monday evening to stretch and to move with me. And I'm going to see everybody hopefully on Wednesday.